Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on how to do web automation using RPA by Workato. Web automation is one of the most frequent and most popular use cases for RPA by Workato, and today we are going to practically show how to do that fast and simple. This will be a three-part video series. In this first part, we're going to show how to develop the web automation. In the second one, we will going to connect this web automation to a Workato recipe. And then in the third part, we're going to actually build a Workato Genie, an AI agent that can leverage RPA by Workato. And with this, we can actually expose legacy apps to AI agents. Okay, so let's start. So now we are in headquarters application where we design the processes and where we manage the whole RPA by Workato deployment. So let's start with creating a process. So we click the plus button here. We need to place the process in a department. So we're going to place it into the demos department. And let's provide the name of the process. That's going to be create order. Okay, so now we are in the process editor where the process is designed. So the next thing is we want to add a step that will open a browser. So when I click the plus and the step, we can see that there are multiple categories of steps. And since we are today focusing on web automation, we are going to use the open web browser step. So let's add that. And so in order to begin our development, we need to choose the browser that we are going to use. And we need to place the address or the URL of the web app that we want to automate. So this is a sample app that we will show. So once we enter this information, you can see that the Start Web Browser Recording button is enabled. So this is an helper app that's going to start when I click this button. And it's kind of monitoring all the clicks and the inputs, and it's going to generate all the steps in the automation. So let's start that. And you can see that the browser is started. The app has been loaded, the web app. And let's perform all the steps in the process. So I'm going to put in the username and the password, click login. So we need to place an order for an item. So we're going to put the item number and the quantity, and let's submit this order. And the order has been received, and we want to return or scrape the order number. So in order to do that, I'm just going to left click on the order number, and we are going to convert that from a click to a read step later on. And let's click log out. And now we are done with the recording of our automation. When we are done, we just close the web portal, and we can see that all the clicks and all the inputs that we performed are now captured in the recorder. So there's one more thing that we need to do. So this was the click on the order number. So we need to convert that to read text from web element. So this is essentially going to convert this step from a click to a read type of step. So once we've done that, we can just copy all the steps because now we are in the helper application, and then we return to our HQ in the browser, and we expand the browser group, and we are just going to paste all the steps that were recorded. Okay, so there's just a couple of more things to finish off this process. So we need to parameterize this process. We want to not have hard-coded values for the item number and quantity, and we also want to return to the recipe, the order number. In order to achieve that, we're going to use a functionality called process arguments. When I right-click here, a pop-up is going to appear. And here we can define inputs and outputs of the process, and that's very important for connecting to the recipes. So the recipe is going to provide inputs to the process, and once the bot is done, it's going to output the order number back to the recipe. So let's create two input parameters here. One is going to be item number, and the other one is going to be item quantity. Let's put the default value here, also here. And then let's also create one output parameter, which is going to be order number. And we are going to also provide a default value for that as well. Now let's parameterize this. So over here you can see that this is a type into web element step, and this is where we inputted the hard-coded value. We are going to replace that with a variable, which is the item number. After that, we had input of the quantity. We are also going to parameterize that by inputting the item quantity variable. And then let's just, when we are reading the order number, let's store the value that we retrieve into a variable that we already created, which is the order number, the output parameter. Okay, so we are basically almost done. So we can just save the process and we can start the process. When I click play here, the process is going to run on my machine, but in production, in test and production, the process runs unattended on a virtual machine. Okay, so let's run our automation. You will see the bot performing all the steps that we actually recorded. And you can see that it's actually very fast in doing so. So yeah, we are almost ready for connecting to the recipe. Just one more thing. We need to promote our process. So currently we are in a draft version of 0.1. We need to promote this process to first version. So let's put in a comment. Okay, so now this becomes from a V01, and currently we are at the development stage, and we need to publish the process to test stage in order to connect it to the Workato recipe. So I'm going to publish the test, and we are basically now done. And in the next video, we are going to show how to actually connect this to our Workato recipe. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.